Hello everyone, welcome to Consultaire and IntrainingIQ.com. To conduct a document review, utilizing the training program under the SQF Module 2.9.2, first, check if the document title matches the uploaded file name on the dashboard. In this instance, we do have the same titles as the training program. Next, both must have the same document code. For this example, we do have the 2.9.2. Since this is a template, we indicate the PCQI as the account initials. However, we can customize the code based on the company's initials. For the page number, we use the page X of Y format. Ensure that it reflects the current page position and the total page number of the document. Then here, insert the company logo together with the company name and company address, and enter the designated department. For the originated by section, it can be the food safety, quality assurance, or the quality control personnel of the company. The originator ensures the implementation of the quality management and document control system. You may enter the name of the originator, affix the signature, position title, and the date originated. For the reviewed by section, it can be the personnel assigned in the quality management department who reviews the drafted document or its revision for accuracy and implementation. Again, enter the name of the reviewer, affix the signature, position title, and the date reviewed. For the approved by section, it must be the person in the C-level management who has the approval authority. Enter the name of the reviewer, affix the signature, position title, and the date approved. The revision date is the date as the originated or drafted by the author. For the effective date, it is the date the document was signed and approved. The publication date is when the document is published for distribution and initiated personal training. The implementation date is when the document is distributed and personal training is completed. For the supersedes, put original for the initial issuance of the document, and for any revisions, reflect the initial revision date before the current revision. And please be reminded that this section must be properly filled out to be compliant. Now, we will focus on the components of the program. First, we have here is the purpose. The purpose is the implementation of any certification standard or compliance with a regulatory requirement. And for this program, it is for the implementation with the SQF Module 2 Edition 9 for food manufacturing under Clause 2.9.2. First, we have is to implement SQF 2.9.2.1. A training program shall be documented and implemented that at minimum outlines the necessary competencies for specific duties and the training methods to be applied to the personnel carrying out tasks associated with 1. Implementing HACCP for staff involved in the developing and maintaining food safety plans. Second, monitoring and corrective action procedures for all staff engaged in monitoring critical control points, or CCPs. Third, personal hygiene for all staff involved in the handling of food products and food contact surfaces. 4. Good manufacturing practices and work instruction for all staff engaged in food handling, food processing, and equipment. 5. Sampling and test methods for all staff involved in sampling and testing of all raw materials, packaging, work in progress, and finished products. 6. Environmental monitoring for relevant staff. 7. Allergen management, food defense, and food fraud for all relevant staff. And 8. Tasks identified as critical to meeting the effective implementation and maintenance of the SQF code. The training program shall include provisions for identifying and implementing the refresher training needs of the organization. Next, to implement SQF 2.9.2.2, training materials, the delivery of training, and procedures on all tasks critical to meeting regulatory requirements, and the maintenance of food safety shall be provided in languages understood by the staff. Next, to implement SQF 2.9.2.3, training records shall be implemented and include participant name, skills description, description of the training provided, date training completed, trainer or training provider, and verification that the training is competent to complete the required task. Second, we have is the scope. The scope of the program is based on the purpose and serve as guide in defining and describing the layout of the procedure. We have here the identification of training program needs, training methods, refresher courses, training program documentation, validation of learning competency. Third, we have is the policy. The policies are the rules set by the company as their implementation guide. Once the training requirements are identified, the management ensures the staff is trained to competently carry out those duties and responsibilities. Employees can carry out these activities if they are given clear and concise instruction on how, when, and where to carry out the tasks with proper documentation. Fourth, we have is the procedure. The procedure is a step-by-step process and the actual implementation of the policy. Fourth is the procedure. The procedure is a step-by-step process and the actual implementation of the policy. And under this, we have the identification of training program needs. The following programs are considered the minimum required elements for employee training. They can be offered as classroom training or on-the-job training by qualified personnel. Sometimes training can be offered through team meetings. Type and depth of training will depend upon the employee's work destination. Requirements may include job task performance, company food safety policy and procedures, good manufacturing practices including regulatory compliance, cleaning and sanitation procedures, HACCP overview and specific roles within the HACCP plans, biosecurity and food defense, chemical control, hazard communication, foodborne pathogen, allergen management. Last is the emergency preparedness. For training methods, the SQF code requires the training methods be available for all employees who carry out the tasks that are part of the SQF system. Below are ways to provide training. Diagram or paper photos method is useful especially on a step-by-step task. Tip sheets that can be downloaded for an overview of key topics. Specific online training modules that can be acquired depending on the training budget. Traditional classroom training for more engaging experience. Next we have is the refresher courses. Annual refresher courses are conducted to identify if standards are maintained. Next we have is the training program documentation. A filing system that contains monitoring of all training conducted, received. This includes participant name, title of the training program, type of training provided, training date, training provider, example internal or external, with names of training personnel, assessment records. Next, we have the validation of learning competency. Next, evaluation for employee competency based on the training provided can be executed by written exam, on-ground evaluation. Fifth, we have is the responsibility. The responsibility of the person is indicated. It covers what to perform to comply with the procedure and policy. Management must ensure the staff is trained to competently carry out their duties and responsibilities. Trained employees must apply all acquired trainings or properly demonstrated. 6. We have the corrective action. Corrective action is the process of taking appropriate steps to eliminate causes of nonconformities or other undesirable situations. We have here the review training needs analysis annually to ensure employee training is updated. Retraining of employees who are not able to pass the validation of learning competency. 7. We have the review quality department. The review section serves as a guidelines for conducting the annual or periodic review. The employee training program is based on a training needs analysis. The employee training program covers all job descriptions required within the SQF system. The employee training program includes good manufacturing, agricultural practices. The employee training program includes prerequisite programs. The employee training program includes food regulatory requirements. The employee training program includes hazard analysis relevant to the employee's role in the food safety plan. The employee training program includes maintenance of food safety plan relevant to the employee's role in the food safety plan. The employee training program includes requirement to meet customer specification. The employee training program has been effectively implemented, and maintained. 8. We have the reference documents. The reference documents are the set of documents used to implement and monitor a program, policy, and procedure. And under this, we have the SQF training, new and existing employees. 9th, we have the references. The reference section is composed of guides utilized to implement program. Examples are the certification guide, regulations, and other widely accepted scientific journals, research, and the like. It must comply with the standard format citation, which can be based on either MLA, APA, Chicago style, and update the access date. And under reference, we have the SQF Standard Edition 9 for Food Manufacturing 2.9.2 Training Program. And lastly, we have the history. The history section is where we can update the program if there are any changes or revisions made in the document. If there is a revision, enter the revision number, the revision date, the description of change made, the author or the originator name, the title, and the department of the author or the originator. Thank you for participating in this document review. Content presented are for training purposes only and are based on interpretations of standards and best practices, and must be customized for your intended use. To fully customize your programs, policies, procedures, forms for records, and lessons for training, you may contact Interlink IQ or Consultor Inc. at services@interlinkiq.com or simply call 202-982-3002. For free access, visit interlinkiq.com.